In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NFL games happening on August 19, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Jacksonville Jaguars vs. Detroit Lions. The Jacksonville Jaguars battle the Detroit Lions on Saturday as NFL preseason action continues. The Jags won the AFC South last year and finished 9-8. They have started the preseason 1-0 after beating the Cowboys 28-23 last Saturday. The Lions have started preseason 1-0 as well after defeating the Giants 21-16 last Friday. They had a 9-8 record last year and finished second in the NFC North. The last time these two teams met was in December of last year, when the Lions crushed the Jags 40-14. Can the Jaguars improve to 2-0 this preseason, or will the Lions annihilate them again? The Jaguars are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Lions are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 19-7 against the spread in their last 26 games overall. The under is 4-1 in Jaguars' last 5 games overall. The over is 7-3 in Lions' last 10 home games. The Jaguars are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 meetings. The favorite is 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. Jacksonville comes into this one with a 66% chance of winning and a 52% chance of covering the spread. The Jags are 1-4 in their last 5 games as the favorite. They are 5-5 against the spread in their last 10 games on the road. Detroit is 6-4 in their last 10 games at home and are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games as the underdog. The Detroit Lions did a phenomenal job this offseason filling their problematic areas. They are my favorites to win the NFC North and should be considered serious contenders. Jacksonville is ready to dominate the AFC South, and Doug Peterson has breathed life back into this team. We are likely to see starters from both teams getting the bulk of the work in this one. The Detroit Lions have been picked by many football players to win the NFC North this season. On Saturday, Detroit is expected to play its starters more on both sides of the ball. This will showcase the talented skills position players the Lions have, including running back Jahmyr Gibbs and wide receivers Amon-Ra St. Brown, Marvin Jones Jr., and Jameson Williams, amongst others. Detroit's defense is also talented, led by defensive end Aiden Hutchinson and linebacker Alex Anzalone. These are 2 teams that have 0 history of preseason success, so excuse me if I'm not excited to lay chalk, especially with the road team. Also, the Lions' 3rd stringers were the star of last week's show, so getting points with them at home in a game where we could see the starters a bit more has value. Again, neither of these teams have won back-to-back preseason games in many years. We're getting a little more than a field goal with the home team. While Jacksonville starters are also expected to see plenty of playing action, the Lions will still have a deep roster, and the backups and other players vying for a roster spot will determine the outcome. And that favors Detroit not only for their depth but playing at home. With all that being said, I believe that Detroit is the better team and their defense is underrated. Despite the Jags being the favorites in this one, I am rolling with the Lions to move to 2-0 this preseason. So the Detroit Lions to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. If there is one thing both teams are good at, it is scoring. The last time these two battled, there were 54 points scored, but that was a regular season game, not preseason. Jacksonville has an over-under record of 0-3 in their last 3 road games, while the Lions have an over-under record of 1-2 in their last 3 home games. The Jags are out for revenge, while Detroit is trying to prove they are for real. The defenses are decent on both sides, but the offenses are better. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Dolphins vs. Houston Texans. The Miami Dolphins face the Houston Texans, with both teams looking to have a strong preseason. The Dolphins lost their first game 19-3 and will enter the season looking to improve on a wild card appearance. The Texans won their first preseason game 20-9 but are more focused on starting off anew as on the right foot, with first-year head DeMeco Ryans at the helm and a rookie quarterback in C.J. Stroud under center. Both teams are looking to win the upcoming game and head into the season strong, and the Saturday afternoon game game should be a good one as a result. The Miami Dolphins are having a battle for the backup quarterback, and this game could go a long ways in deciding who wins that spot. In the first game of the preseason against the Atlanta Falcons, the offense only scored 3 points total, and a lot of that had to do with the failure of Mike White and Skylar Thompson. Thompson completed 10 of his 16 passes for 104 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Mike White completed 9 of his 14 passes for 85 yards and an interception. Running back Devin Achane had plenty of run out of the backfield, finishing with 10 carries for 25 yards. He also was the leading receiver for the Dolphins, catching 4 passes for 41 yards. In this game, if the Dolphins want to find success, they are going to need the offense to kick more than a field goal. C.J. Stroud got his feet wet in the NFL in Week 1 of the preseason against the New England Patriots, but he didn't play a whole lot. He completed 2 of his 4 passes for 13 yards and an interception. He also rushed 2 times for 6 yards. There are going to be plenty of growing pains for Stroud, and it's clear at this point the Texans need to give him a couple more series here to try and get him more comfortable. If Stroud only has 2 series here, the Texans are making a big mistake here. Case Keenum completed 9 of his 14 passes for 79 yards and a touchdown. Davis Mills completed 9 of his 12 passes for 99 yards and a touchdown. The defense in Game 1 against the Patriots was also good, giving up only 9 points. The defense didn't have any interceptions though, and they should be aiming for a couple of those here. The Dolphins are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 versus the American Football Conference and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 Saturday games. Miami is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall. Meanwhile, the Texans are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 at home. The under is 5-2 in Houston's last 7 versus the American Football Conference. This is going to be a great game between 2 teams looking to make their marks ahead of the 2023 season. The Texans look to win at home, but the Dolphins look to bounce back after a rough loss last week and control this game on both sides of the ball. The Dolphins dropped their first preseason game 19-3, while the Texans won theirs similarly 20-9. While this is a new game and the odds have changed, these previous results speak volumes to how each team has approached the preseason. The Texans have more questions to be answered on both sides of the ball, and with that, they have taken a more aggressive approach to their preseason games. The Dolphins, on the other hand, have a majority of their positions situated and are using this preseason to experiment with guys that could potentially fill in some depth at certain positions. The Texans' quarterback tandem should be more than capable of pushing the ball downfield, while their defensive backs sneakily limit downfield passing and big plays through the air. The Texans certainly have a long way to go before they're relevant again. That said, the team started things off well against the Patriots with a pretty well-rounded effort from the backups last week. Houston outgained New England 265-164, notched just 3 penalties, and went a pretty decent 8 of 6 on 3rd and 4th down tries. The 2 turnovers hurt, but overall the defensive effort carried the team without too much difficulty. As for Miami, they coughed up 4 turnovers and 18 penalties in their loss to Atlanta, so there's plenty of cleaning up to do. I expect a smoother effort from the Dolphins in this one, but Houston should finally have a pretty good shot at a home victory. This spread opened up at 3.5, and while this does indicate heavy action on the Dolphins, I love the fact that this line is no longer the difference in a field goal. So the Houston Texans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both defenses look to make a big impact in this game and control things from the opening kickoff. The Texans, led by the defensive mind of DeMeco Ryans, should limit the Dolphins' offense with Darius Phillips, Tavier Thomas, and Kader Hallman breaking up passes in the secondary and forcing errant passes from the Dolphins' quarterbacks. The Dolphins look to improve from a season where they allowed 23.5 points per game and eliminate the Texans' offense, which averaged only 17 points per game last year, with Duke Riley and Channing Tindall making big plays in the run game, while Cam Smith and Cater Cows step up in the secondary and force turnovers while disrupting passing lanes. Both teams had a rather conservative offensive scheme in their first games as they looked to experiment with new play calls and formations. Additionally, both teams used more of a West Coast style of offense to ensure equal share in their run and pass game while working to pick up first downs. While this does move the ball downfield effectively, it is rather time-consuming and will make it difficult for both teams to score ample points if they are both running this style of offense. Both teams' defenses struggled last season and were notable defects for both teams, so expect that to be a focal point heading into this game. Quite frankly, I do not see both teams scoring 20 or more, as they both went under in their first preseason games. This will be a low-scoring game with both defenses stepping up. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.